we're gonna do OneHotEncoder. In the previous video, I did apply standard scaling method. So now we are gonna have categorical data, and so we can apply our OneHotEncoder. So let me just walk through it very quick because we're gonna need that data set. I did apply pandas for reading the CSV file, which is student performance data set. There's some values in it, some columns in it, such as internet access, extracurricular slip hours, a lot of things, you know. Then we just dropped a student ID and our target variable final exam for our features because we don't use them in the features, and apply train test split. Okay, and we didn't apply validation because it's not the main point of this video. And then standard scaler is applied with this guy. I will rewrite again, and we choose our numerical columns, and we did some normality check and applied at the end this guy, and also proved our results with mean, not this one, the scale ones, standard deviation is 1, and the mean is 0. So now what I'm gonna do, I will need this df select types where I'm including only objects, right? So of course there is some mistake. D types, it has to be, yeah, these guys are over here. So let's just see this one, what is going on. And these are only objects, right? But we don't need this student ID. We already know that. We will not be using it. And the reason I'm just showing it to be able to understand it more, you know, clearly. We have school types, public, private, and the gender has. All of them are categorical data set, like basically textual thing, right? And if I want to see, for example, parental education, right? How many different values does he have? By saying that's like different unique values, I mean. So I'm gonna do df and this guy, education and unique. All right, not non-unique, man, unique. All right, so we have high school, some college, bachelor's degree, blah blah. We can apply same thing to see what's going on with test preparation, right? As well. So it should be over here. Let me just quickly copy this guy. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I did some mistakes. Such mistakes. That's okay. Okay. So test preparation has only 2 unique values, which is completed or did not complete, and it's assigned as none, right? And they are numerical, nah. But machine learning needs numerical values. So when you do one-hot encoding stuff, it just takes whenever you have completed and it assigns as 1 and takes this none as 0. Or, for example, let me just take this school type, and I'll write it over here. And in that case, we have again 2, but whenever you have public, it's going to be 1. And the rest, in that case, it's just only private, but it would have been like a lot of other things. The rest would have been just zeros. That's the whole point of this stuff. So textual, public, private goes 1 zeros. That's it. That's the main thing. And but the important stuff, this is OneHotEncoder. We have also ordinal encoder that I'm not going to cover in this video. The ordinal encoder should be used with whenever you have order. You know, name already says it. For example, where we have order here, parental support. It's high, low, medium. Whatever you have high, low, medium, it's ordinary. And also, I think we could have just parental education here as well. I did already printed it. So there is a difference in high school and college, bachelor degree and master, and they follow some order. But if you look at private and public, they do not follow any order, right? It's not order. It might seem some order to you, but they don't. So I think we're just good. And what I'm gonna need, I will need this guy, copied and pasted here, and I'm gonna write this columns, right? So I can copy and paste this one and to my categorical columns because I'm gonna use them as well. And let's make sure we don't need student ID, right? We don't also need parental location because they are ordinal data set, and parental support as well. Okay, and one last thing is gonna be this guy. So we should be good, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, this guy should go in here. Okay, let me just, oh yeah, I did forget this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna import our from Scikit-Learn. It's preprocessing step, processing. I'm gonna import OneHotEncoder, Scikit-Learn, import, oh my goodness. Right, and now let's define this OneHotEncoder, right? So what something I will need is sparse output has to be false, and I want to handle unknowns as well. Handle unknowns should be ignored. Okay, no, we don't need this guy right now. Very good. And let me just, oh, output, yeah, output. Okay, so we have it over here, and wonderful. That's not crazy. Let's name it into some variable as, I don't know, encoder hot encoder. And since we don't want, whenever the scaling and encoding stuff happens, we are getting results with arrays, right? Oh, it's already finishing. It set output, transform pandas, change them, those guys, into the pandas data frame. So we do see them. Very cool. I think everything is so far fine, and now we can just go with fit transform encoder dot hot. It needs to be fit transform into the X-train dataset. But which train? Okay, X-train has a lot of things, right? And that's why I'm going to choose only categorical columns, because encoder of hot encoder just wants that. And yeah, let's save, not save, actually I wasn't saving it. And I'm gonna do this same thing for the test, X test as well, but I'm not gonna add this fit, so I don't want to have any leakage things. And I think the first guy might be X-train guy encoded with hot encoder, right? And the second guy will be X test encoded with, again, I think this is okay. This should be fine. Let's run them as well, and let me just see them and what's going on. And we will do the same thing to, oh, not here. We will do the same thing to test. Okay, no, not like that, man. Alrighty. Okay, but before we do that, let me see what was our X-train with our was it columns? No, cat columns. Yeah, categorical columns. And it was like that, gender, school type, whatever we just chose. And for encoded version of it, actually same thing. I mean, it shouldn't change, but let's just see. Gender female, gender male. You know, gender had male and female, and that's why we just took these two guys. That's why. So 633 has male firstly, right? So male has to have 1. As you can see, the male, gender male was 1, but gender female has 0 here. So that's why we're just creating new things, but they are all numerical, so we can go ahead with that. So we can do with the same thing in X test, I think. Let me quickly do that. I don't need encoded stuff. I will need this one. But yeah, that will include also ordinal dataset as well. Categorical columns. Okay, and yeah, that's right. Let me see what's going on with this one. Just encoded hot, right? Encoded hot columns. All right, change. Okay, so in 630 2, right, has gender is male. Let me just see the female version this way. 182, all right, it is female. So 182 is supposed to have female with 1 and gender with 0. So basically 1 and zeros. 1 and zeros. Yeah, that's it. So let's see about yes, no, and everything just follows. For example, 632, 87, this 833, all of them are standard, but free reduced is in the fourth guy. Let me just see. Standard, yeah, standard 111. Then just goes lunch type free reduced whatever. Well, that was the kind of so far all about the OneHotEncoder. Hopefully, we'll be meeting again in the next video. Take care.